Okay, so remember we have PEMDAS that tells us the order that we need to do things in. So we do parentheses, then exponents, then multiplication from left to right, and then addition from left to right. So when we have this fraction bar, we can use that as like it's a divider. Okay, so I can do order of operations in the top and order of operations in the bottom separately until I have a single number in top and a single number in bottom. Okay, so I look at the top and I need to take care of those parentheses first. That's what comes first. So I have 56 divided by 7 minus 9 is negative 2 cubed minus 25. And in the bottom, I need to take care of the multiplication first. So I have 23 minus 20. Okay, so then I start my order of operations back over. So in the top parentheses, well, what's in the parentheses is already taken care of. So then I go to exponents. So I have 56 divided by 2 cubed is negative 2 cubed rather is negative 8 minus 25 all over 23 minus 20 is just 3. So then I go back to the numerator and I need to deal with that division. So I have 56 divided by negative 8 is negative 7 minus 25 all over 3. And then I have subtraction in the numerator. So a negative 7 minus 25 is a negative 32 over 3. So 32 isn't divisible by 3, and 3 is actually prime, so they're not going to have a GCF, so that means it's not going to reduce. So that is going to be my final answer. So the next one we have, again, we have that division, and it's kind of the same thing as the first. They just don't have it written as a fraction, like with a bar. So we can kind of treat it the exact same way that we did with the first one. So I have 3 over 2. And remember that those brackets are just like double parentheses. So instead of using just multiple parenthesis markers, a lot of times we'll use the brackets instead of a double set of parentheses. So we go to the first set of parentheses here, and we are going to do exponents first. So I have 58 minus 10 squared is 100 divided by, and then in these the second set of parentheses, we can evaluate that square root as well. So the square root of 16 is 4 plus 3, and then close everything out. Okay? So then we go back through, and we do the same thing. So I have 3 over 2 with a bracket. 58 minus 100 is 42 divided by 4 plus 3 is 7. So then parentheses again. So 3 over 2. 42 divided by 7 is 6. So remember, when you multiply fractions, you multiply straight across. 2 times 1, 3 times 2. So 3 times 6 is 18. 2 times 1 is 2. And these are evenly divisible. So 18 is evenly divisible by 2. So 18 divided by 2 is 9. Okay, so let's look at the next. So this is a order of operations equation. So we have to do order of operations in order to solve. So you have a couple options here. We talked about these in class. You could divide by the negative 5 because both of these here are divisible by negative 5, evenly divisible, but that's not what you're really used to. So what we will do is distribute across here. Okay, so then we have a negative 5 times 8 is a negative 40p. A negative 5 times a positive 6 is a negative 30. And we're not doing anything to the right side right now. So we have no like terms to combine, so that means we just need to start moving things to the same side. So I'm going to add 40p. Definitely not the only thing you could have done. So that's going to give me negative 30 is equal to 5 plus 35p. And then I'm going to subtract 5 on both sides. And that's going to give me negative 35 is equal to 35p. And then I'm going to divide by 35 on both sides. And that's going to give me that negative 1 is equal to p. Now, when you have an equation, it's simple enough to see if you have the right answer. So when you have an expression, sometimes it's hard to understand or check to see if you have the right answer. But with an equation, it's easy enough. You just plug back into the original problem and make sure both sides of the equation match. Okay, so you would make sure that both of them are equal to each other on both sides. Okay. Okay, so we're going to start with order of operations. Remember, we have that nice little helpful acronym PEMDAS. So we do parentheses first, then exponents, then multiplication and division. Remember, that's from left to right in order, and then addition and subtraction from left to right in order. So last, we have another equation. So I need to distribute, and I need to distribute two things. The first is this negative to each of these, and the 8 to each of these. Okay, so we'll have 16 minus 7m minus 3 is equal to 8 minus 8m. Okay, so then I do have some like terms to combine, so I need to do that. 16 minus 3 is 13 minus 7m is equal to 8 minus 8m. So now we don't have like terms to combine, so we need to get my m's on one side and my constants on the other. So I'm going to choose to add 8m. Now, this is definitely not the only thing that you could have done, but it's one of the things you could do, right? So this goes to 0, and this will give me 8. 8m minus 7 is m, and then the 13 doesn't change, okay? So then to isolate m, I need to subtract 13 on both sides. And that gives me, drop my pen, sorry. That gives me that m is equal to negative 5. Okay?